Hello, my darlings. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're about to embark on a journey unlike any other. A journey that will take us across continents and centuries to a land where the past and present dance together beneath the endless sun. We're going to a place where the sun feels warmer, the history feels closer, and every grain of sand holds a story. This is Egypt, a land that has fascinated travelers, dreamers, and adventurers for thousands of years. Here, the desert stretches out like a golden sea, and the air itself seems to shimmer with secrets waiting to be discovered. Imagine a world painted in gold and blue, where the line between the past and the present is beautifully blurred. The mighty Nile, lifeblood of this ancient civilization, winds its way through the heart of the country, nourishing both the land and the people who call it home. As the sun rises and sets, the colors of Egypt transform, casting a magical glow over everything it touches. The very name Egypt conjures images of incredible mystery and grandeur. It's a place where colossal monuments rise from the sands, and ancient hieroglyphics whisper tales of gods, pharaohs, and lost dynasties. Every stone, every carving, every shadow seems to hold a secret from a time long past. It speaks of pharaohs who ruled as gods and monumental tombs that reach for the heavens. The Sphinx, with its enigmatic gaze, has watched over the desert for millennia, guarding mysteries that still puzzle historians and explorers alike. Standing before these wonders, you can't help but feel a sense of awe and humility. But Egypt is more than its ancient history. Beyond the monuments and ruins, there is a vibrant, modern country alive with energy and color. The streets of Cairo pulse with life, markets overflowing with spices, laughter echoing through narrow alleyways, and the aroma of fresh bread drifting on the breeze. It's a living, breathing country, full of warmth and vibrant culture. The people of Egypt are known for their hospitality, always ready to share a story, a smile, or a cup of sweet tea. Music and dance fill the air, and every meal is a celebration of tradition and togetherness. Our adventure begins with the feeling of stepping into a completely different world. As you cross the threshold from the familiar into the extraordinary, you'll find yourself surrounded by sights, sounds, and sensations that awaken your sense of wonder and curiosity. You can almost hear a whisper on the wind, a call from the ancient world inviting you to explore. The rustle of palm leaves, the shifting sands, and the distant echo of temple chants all seem to beckon you deeper into Egypt's timeless embrace. We will travel from the magnificent chaos of Cairo to the tranquil banks of the world's most famous river. Along the way, we'll witness the contrasts that make Egypt so captivating, bustling city life giving way to serene landscapes, ancient wonders standing side by side with modern marvels. Egypt is not just a destination, it is an experience, a story waiting for you to become a part of it. Whether you're wandering through the grand halls of Luxor Temple or sharing laughter with new friends, every moment here is a memory in the making. And I promise you, it's a story you will never forget. So take a deep breath, open your heart to adventure, and let Egypt's timeless magic sweep you away. There are some things in this world that simply defy expectations, no matter how many photos or documentaries you've seen. The Great Pyramids of Giza are one of those rare wonders that no picture can truly prepare you for. The moment you arrive, you realize that nothing compares to standing here in person. These ancient monuments rise from the desert, their massive forms dominating the horizon. The scale is almost impossible to grasp until you see them with your own eyes. You catch your first glimpse from afar, the pyramids emerging from the haze of Cairo, standing as silent sentinels on the edge of the city. As you draw closer, each step reveals just how immense these structures truly are. The closer you get, the more you feel dwarfed by their sheer size and presence. Standing at the foot of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, you're struck by a sense of awe and humility. The stones tower above you, each one a testament to human ingenuity and determination. You reach out and touch the sun-warmed limestone, feeling the rough texture beneath your fingertips. It's a direct connection to the distant past, a moment that bridges thousands of years. These stones were quarried, transported, and set in place over 4.5 millennia ago. Each block has weathered the elements, bearing the marks of time and history. The pyramids have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the march of armies, and the evolution of civilizations. They have stood silent and steadfast as the world around them changed, century after century. As the sun begins to set, the entire Giza plateau is bathed in a magical golden light. The pyramids glow, their ancient stones reflecting the last rays of the day. Camels and their riders pass by, transformed into graceful silhouettes against the fiery sky. The scene feels timeless, as if you've stepped into a living painting. In this moment, as you watch the sun dip below the horizon, you realize you're witnessing something truly extraordinary, a memory etched in gold, destined to stay with you forever. Just a short walk from the Great Pyramids lies the Great Sphinx. Part human, part lion, this enigmatic creature has crouched in the sand for millennia. It is smaller than you might imagine, yet it possesses an aura of immense wisdom. Its gaze is fixed on the horizon, looking east towards the rising sun. The face of the Sphinx is weathered by time, wind, and sand. Who was it modeled on? What was its original purpose? The Sphinx remains silent. There is a profound sense of peace and stillness around the Sphinx. It feels less like a statue and more like a living being, a wise old soul. As you walk away, you'll find yourself looking back over your shoulder. The Sphinx's profile against the sky is an image that burns itself into your memory. It is the ultimate symbol of Egypt's enduring mystery. To understand Egypt, you must understand the Nile. This magnificent river is the lifeblood of the nation. Without the Nile, there would be no pyramids, no temples, no pharaohs. Its annual floods brought rich, fertile silt to the land. Today, the Nile remains just as central to Egyptian life. Farmers work in lush green fields that stretch out from the water's edge. The river is a constant, a source of sustenance, transport, and tranquility. The contrast between the river and the desert is stunning. The Nile is a miracle, a thin line of paradise drawn through the wilderness. The rhythm of life on the Nile is slow and gentle. The best way to experience it is from the water itself. You feel a sense of peace wash over you as you drift along. The Nile is not just a river, it is the soul of Egypt. Sailing on the Nile in a felucca is a journey through history. As you step aboard this traditional wooden sailboat, you're instantly transported to another era, one where pharaohs ruled and the river was the lifeblood of Egypt. The felucca, with its simple design and centuries-old heritage, has carried travelers, traders, and locals along these waters for generations. With its tall, elegant sail catching the breeze, it is the most romantic way to travel. The canvas billows gracefully, harnessing the wind's energy, and the boat glides forward with a gentle, rhythmic motion. There's a sense of freedom as you drift, unhurried, letting the river set the pace. There's no engine, just the sound of the wind and water. The gentle lapping of the river against the hull and the soft rustle of the sail overhead create a soothing soundtrack. It's a rare escape from the noise of modern life, where you can truly listen to nature's quiet symphony. Your captain navigates with an expert touch, making it all seem effortless. Years of experience are evident in every movement as he reads the wind and current, guiding the felucca with a steady hand. His stories and laughter add warmth to the journey, connecting you to the river's living traditions. You lie back on comfortable cushions, sip sweet mint tea, and watch the scenery drift by. Palm trees, distant villages, and ancient ruins appear along the banks, each telling its own story. The world slows down, and you find yourself savoring every moment, every view, every breath of fresh air. As evening approaches, the magic intensifies. The sky is painted in shades of gold and orange, and the river reflects the colors like a shimmering mirror. The air cools, and the sounds of the day fade into a peaceful hush. The captain will often moor the felucca near a quiet spot on the riverbank. Here you can step ashore, stretch your legs, and explore the lush greenery, or simply sit and watch the river flow by, feeling completely at peace. As darkness falls, the sky above the Nile becomes a breathtaking spectacle. Far from city lights, the stars shine brighter than you've ever seen, and the constellations seem to tell their own ancient stories. Sleeping on the deck of the felucca under the stars is unforgettable. Wrapped in a blanket, you drift off to sleep with the gentle rocking of the boat and the cool night breeze, feeling a deep connection to the river and the land around you. You wake to the first light of dawn as the sky turns from deep indigo to soft pink. The river is calm, and the world feels new and full of promise. It's a moment that fills you with gratitude and wonder. The air is fresh and still, and the only sound is the call of birds. Their songs echo across the water, welcoming the new day and reminding you of the timeless rhythm of life along the Nile. It is a moment of perfect tranquility. Here, surrounded by nature and history, you feel a sense of peace that is hard to find anywhere else. It is pure, simple, and utterly beautiful. A journey on the water that stays with you long after you return to shore. If the pyramids are Egypt's most famous monuments, then its temples are its most awe-inspiring. A journey south along the Nile brings you to Luxor, the site of the ancient capital, Thebes. Here you will find the largest and most magnificent temple complexes, Karnak and Luxor. Karnak is almost overwhelmingly vast. As you enter, you walk through the great hypostyle hall, a dense forest of colossal columns. The sunlight filters down, creating dramatic patterns of light and shadow. A few miles away is Luxor Temple, with a unique and graceful beauty, especially at night. As the sun sets, the entire temple is illuminated, breathtakingly beautiful. These temples were the heart of ancient Egyptian religious life. Standing within these sacred spaces, you get a powerful sense of deep spirituality. It's a feeling of reverence, a whisper of the divine that still lingers in the air. To truly experience the vibrant pulse of modern Egypt, you must dive into one of its souks. The most famous is the Khan el-Khalili in Cairo, a center of trade for over 600 years. The moment you step inside, all your senses come alive. The air is thick with a heady mix of exotic spices and fragrant perfumes. Getting lost in the maze-like streets of the souk is part of the fun. Every turn reveals a new treasure. The people of the souk are as much a part of the experience as the goods they sell. Bargaining is expected, a good-natured game filled with smiles and laughter. This is where you feel the heartbeat of everyday Cairo. The souk is more than just a place to shop. It's a living museum, a cultural immersion. Exploring a country is also about tasting it, and the food in Egypt is an absolute delight. Egyptian cuisine is all about fresh ingredients and aromatic spices. From street food stalls to family-run restaurants, you will find delicious dishes. One of the must-try dishes is kashari, a true Egyptian comfort food. Another staple is ful madames, a rich stew of fava beans. The street food scene is where you'll find some of the most authentic flavors. Don't be afraid to try the tameya, Egypt's version of falafel. And for dessert, you must try ali or basbousa. Meals are social occasions, a time for family and friends to gather. You will be struck by the generosity of your hosts. To share a meal here is to share in the warmth and kindness of its people. As our journey through this enchanting land comes to an end, what stays with you is a feeling. Egypt is a country that doesn't just show you its wonders, it shares its soul with you. It leaves an indelible mark, a longing to return. You will leave with a gallery of unforgettable images in your mind. These are the moments that make travel so powerful. Egypt is more than a collection of ancient monuments. It is a living, breathing story. It's a land that teaches you about endurance and the deep connections that bind us all. So I extend to you the most heartfelt invitation. If you have ever dreamed of golden sands and legendary kings, you must go to Egypt. Go and discover it for yourself. I promise you, Egypt is waiting for you with open arms.